We first showed you this video on Sunday, a Ring camera capturing the moments a toddler was run over by an Uber driver.
And then a group of adults took the driver out of the vehicle and attacked him. Sadly, that child did die. And since we've posted this video, there have been so many questions about what happens next. Well, Fox 26's Abigail Dye took your questions to an expert and got us some answers. She joins us live now with what those questions are and what was said.
Well, Raji, Anthony, this video is really hard to watch, and what happened here that day, I mean, it's absolutely tragic, but there have been a lot of questions, a lot of conversation about this online. I mean, rightfully so. Is anyone at fault? Are any criminal charges coming? Well, I took these questions to a defense attorney and a former vehicular crimes prosecutor, Brian Foley, who gave us some answers. Taking a look at this video, we have multiple parties involved. We have an Uber driver, we have adults who appear to assault that Uber driver. Who can face legal ramifications here?
When we look at the video, obviously the first person you think about is the driver. And to find somebody criminally liable for someone's death, you have to look at their mental state. You could determine somebody intentionally did something, that'd be murder. You could say they knowingly did it, that would also be murder. But then the two that may be applicable here, depends on how you look at things, would be criminally negligent homicide or manslaughter, which basically means reckless homicide. And so depending on the mental state of that driver at the time, that would depend on his criminal culpability.
And as for the other adults in this video, I know that you said caretakers have a responsibility over the safety of the child. Could they be looking at any ramifications?
Yes, the law says that when you have the responsibility of taking care of a child, you have to do that in a reasonable way, in a safe way. And so you might also say that the caretaker of the child could be guilty of criminally negligent homicide if they should have been aware of a substantial and unjustifiable risk, and that could be interpreted to be that a small child going from one side of a car to another to get home unaccompanied by an adult, a jury might determine that that was criminally negligent.
As for the adults who seem to be assaulting the Uber driver in the video, what does all of this mean for them?
So the law says you can protect individuals and you can protect yourself. Obviously someone had just been killed, a child had just been killed there, but the law also says the threat has to be immediate. It has to be right then. And at the time that he is being hit or punched by the other people in the video, he does not appear to be an immediate threat to anybody. He's not even moving erratically. He looks confused by what's happened, which also kind of relates to his mental state. When you're trying to look at someone's mental state, you look at their actions before, during, and immediately after the event. And to that part of time, it didn't look like he was a threat to anybody.
At face value, looking at this video, does it seem like there will be any charges pressed on anyone, or was this just a tragic accident?
Not every tragedy involves criminal behavior, and it all relates back to the mental state. And from what I saw in the video, I don't think any person there wanted this to happen, and it doesn't appear that extreme negligence or a gross deviation from the standard of care happened. Because of that, to me, it looks like a tragedy.
Now, Uber did release a statement saying our thoughts are with the toddler's family after this heartbreaking tragedy. We have removed the driver's access to the platform while this investigation is ongoing, and we are standing by to assist police however we can. Now, this was an absolute tragedy, and police are still investigating. They haven't indicated at this point if any criminal charges are coming or not, but we will stay on top of this and keep you updated as this story develops. Anthony, Rashi.